All right, sweet ladies and gentlemen, I actually switched phones. So I am going to do a barn tour and we're going to sit down and hang out with Tylin for just a minute while we let everybody finish eating so that we can get our day started. But it's going to be supporters only. I had a lot of people in the last videos that were like commenting and saying things, and I know who they are. And what I want you guys to know is make sure you join the Wild Tribe After Hours. It's $20 a month and there is so much behind the scenes content. We're actually fixing to get 1 or 2 horses ready in the shed row that we're going to go take very fire ass amazing photos of for their auctions. They're horses that have been online, and I'm telling you that today is like speak now or forever hold your peace, because I'm telling you that some of these horses are fixing to go online. So what I'm going to do now is go in the barn and start to get some stuff ready. Tylin and I are going to sit down, but our videos today are pretty much going to be supporters only. So I just want to remind you that if you're a supporter, you're going to get a lot of extra content, and I'll be making this video like a reel. I'm going to save it and make it a reel so that I can post it, so that people that are not supporters only know that if you want to see that behind the scenes content, then pony up and support us. Like, support us. So many of you guys have done that for so long. I have people that are at like 14 months of supporter, 1 year of supporter. And if you guys are willing to pay for the content that I put out, so should everyone else. And it's very disrespectful of them to assume that it's our responsibility to be sad if they can't afford the supporter only content. Hi, boo.
Are you live?
I am supporters only.
Good morning.
Good morning. My face is swollen. Look what I got you. Food. Okay, listen, I fire ass like the guy. Right?
What guy?
The new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, at least he's like super like, let's do some shit.
Yeah.
He texted me this morning. He's like, can I start coming at 6:30? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, I gotta talk to Tylin so that he can get up at 6:30. And he's like, you're like fucking bitches. But listen, if we get up at 6:30, we could knock a lot of shit out before it gets hot. Why is Skeeter an idiot?
She's not.
You have to train her. Oh, you want this? You want this? You want
Yeah, I want McDonald's.
I'm dangling it over your head. Okay, this is yours. I know, my hats are fire. We're gonna have to get you one made. Okay. I licked it. The wrapper. Why am I like this? Look, it says Sandy 10-month subscriber anniversary. And then people wonder why I'm like, I'm just going to do supporter only content. And they're like, that's not fair. What about the rest of us? And I'm like, stop drinking Starbucks. These people have supported me forever. They've supported me for, it's $20 a month. Some of them are at 10 months. That's $200. Some of them have been supporting me for 12. One lady was like 14 months. And I'm like, this lady has literally paid $280. Like, she deserves extra behind the scenes content. Like, I'm sorry that you're upset that you can't be in the Wild Tribe After Hours, but like, it's not fair for me to not give these people special privileges. Look how much they do for me. They love me. They do a lot for both of us. I couldn't pay you what I pay you without them. Oh my God, did you just almost bust ass? He almost fell off of the shavings. And did Hercules get some shavings?
Not yet.
Okay. I would. Yeah, and we need to put probably 4 bags in there. And we. Yeah. I thought that. Did you not send the boy down there to do that? You didn't send him down there to do that? He's on the tractor or what? He's watering. Okay. He's been helping you do your job. No. These are my favorite things. Look at Haley. Haley's at 9 months. My favorite thing from McDonald's is so cheap. It's literally like $1 something. You order a sausage McMuffin, which is a McMuffin with sausage and cheese, but I substitute Canadian bacon for 10 cents because it's like $4 for an egg McMuffin, and I hate their eggs. You like them, you eat them, right? You're not mad at their eggs. I hate McDonald's eggs. Like,
it's eggs.
It's not eggs. Not eggs.
Well, nothing from McDonald's is real.
Carla Seaton just sent us a donation, a gift, to Float Teeth. Like, the Black Horse, like, Edie Raines is going to come and do them. She's like an equine dentist from Oklahoma, and she offered me like an amazing price because she was like, I may try to come once a month and just do everything. That way every horse gets their teeth floated, like for $50. Like that's, I mean, she's like an equine dentist. Like she puts the thing, she spends like an hour per horse. Not even joking.
$50 per horse or $50?
Yes. Like, no, it was costing $175 after sedation to have the last person do them. So I can literally do 3.5 horses for what we were paying for one. And I mean, if she can come, how amazing is that? If she can come like every 6 weeks and just do everything. That would be amazing. Like I can afford that. Like I can, between me and the Wild Tribe, like we can, hi ma'am. Look at her. She's like, fuck it. I need Red Bull already. Are you getting to meet all the horses outside? Aren't there some amazing ones out there? I keep thinking, like, are you sure you want to go home for the summer? Like, you can take a position here and ride and go barrel race. There's some amazing ones.
I know. I would love to, and I'm kind of debating.
You have, like, dirt in your nose. Go like that. It's like feet, I think. You just have feet all over. She has feet all over. Well, I didn't want her to have feet up her nose and not know. I'm like, Tori, have you been snorting the feed? She's like, it is Omeline 200. She's like, I'm just going to say, it's Omeline 200. I was thinking about it.
Oh, it's funny. I left yesterday and I went straight to my doctor. And I walked in and the receptionist was like, hi. And she looked at me. She's like, okay. The doctor walked in, was talking, and she looked up. She's like, what have you been doing? I was like, I just got off work.
I just got off work. I have
I
been.
smell like a horse. I look like a horse.
That's so funny.
Sorry.
Yeah, there are several. We're actually going to catch 2 today that are super broke. And I don't know if I'm going to put them in stalls down here or just catch them, ride them, and then just keep turning them back out. We might move some horses where they're in closer pens. Lena and Beaver. And I'm going to catch Sheldon and ride him because I want to get him legged up. And then my barrel mares. Tequila is like a kid pet, so I can leg her up. Sister is really gentle too. She's a fire-breathing dragon, and I am not looking forward to it. Like, the first 5 rides after you start legging her back up, you feel like you're on, like, a literal fire-breathing dragon. And then Petra is going to buck me off.
Why do you say Petra?
Petra? She tried to buck Jess off bad, but Jess didn't keep her head up, and she ran off down this lane right here and, like, threw down. Like, I mean, like, at one point, Jess just was, like, on the saddle horn trying to, and I mean, she fucking threw down. And then the next day when she rode her, she just kept her gathered up so she just short loped around and around till she got, yeah. It's the play gun in her. Like, so on top, she's play gun, and on the bottom, she's first down dash, but she has just enough play gun, like, the daddy come through. Like, sometimes I tell her that she's crossbred, like race breeding with cow breeding, and I'm telling you, she's
Which one's Petra?
the big sorrel mare with the S on her hip. The real pretty bitch. Like, she's stunning. She's just...
You got one, the first time I saw her, she looked exactly like a mare that I have in Colorado.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We call her Lucy. She's a puppy sand badger.
Yeah? Which one? Is it one back this way?
One of your barrel mares.
Oh, maybe Tequila?
Mm-hmm.
Tequila's mom is Sign of Passion, and that mare went to the NFR a couple times. That mare is salty. Corbin, the last time he ran her, she was in the 1D at somewhere, like right over there, and it had like 200 entries, and there were NFR girls. I think she was like 3rd in the 1D. Yeah, she threw a rundown, and she can. She's always been consistent, like she's gonna go work, but if she fires, she can win the barrel race. But some days she runs in there and is really pretty, and she can win the 2D. Like, but when she throws down, she's a salty little bitch. But she's not overly competitive. Like, Petra is really competitive and like, oh, I am Petra. And Tequila's like, oh, okay, if we have to do this today. Like, I don't mind, but I'm not really excited, you know. Petra's like, let's go fuck their world up. And I know that because even in the alley, you can't take her in the alley and score or anything because she'll like back her ears and like charge at other horses. Like, she's a savage ass bitch. You have to tie her on the opposite side of the trailer. And like, I've told people like, hey, please don't park close to me on that side because she's going to kick. And then they're like, well, move her. And I'm like, but if I move her to the other side, there's people parked on the other side. So I'm just letting you know. And then one lady was like, oh, well, my geldings will learn. She ties them up, and like 2 seconds later, you can hear Petra like just pelting the fuck out of them. And that lady's like, oh my God. And I'm like, ma'am, I told you. Like, I literally parked out in bumfucked America because I know my mare is a savage bitch. So I'm not trying to get anyone hurt. And then she goes, why would you own a horse like that? And I'm like, because she can win. I own her because she can win. And if I didn't own her, who else would? Like, I'm like, what do you want me to do, ma'am? Cut her head off? And she's like, oh. And I'm like, well, I mean, I tell the bitch all the time, don't fucking forget who your dad is. You buck me off one more time. Like, She takes my threats. Like, she's like, fuck you. He loves me too. Like, she knows. She still bucks me off. She actually has never gotten me completely off. She did rear up and sky lunge with me one time and take off bucking and like had me strung out about like the black horse had you. And thank God Jacob comes running. He comes running and he's like, hey mare. And she like stopped and was like, I didn't do it. This bitch did it. I was being good. Like when she stopped, you know how horses will stop and throw their head up? Yeah. She was like, that never happened. She can't ride. She just fell off. And I'm like on the side and I'm like, fucking bitch. And I like slide off and fall on the ground and stand up. And she was like licking her lips and looking at me like, and Jacob was like, give me that mare. So he gets her and he kind of like backs her up and lunges her around. And I'm like, that's not going to help anything. I get back on her and she like walked off like a grandma. She's like, see, I'm a good girl. It wasn't me. She just fell off. Nothing happened. It was not. And I'm like, Petra, I mean, she like reared up and like sky lunged and then hit the ground. Like, yeah. And I was like literally hanging off the side. So technically she's never got me off. I have just slipped to the ground after she stopped. And she gives no fucks. And when you put her in a stall.
I have a horse that bucks like that.
She does it out of fun. Yeah, like she does. She loves it. It's not and I've said this to Jacob a couple times. She loves it. It is not a mean, malicious. And when Jess started coming off, she stopped and was like, what's wrong with you? You can't hang on? And Jess was like, oh my God, she's a bronc. And I'm like, no, she's just playing. It's just not nice. She's like that mean friend that like plays pranks on you constantly and like scares you and does mean things to you all the time and thinks it's hilarious. That's Petra.
Why was you pointing at me?
How many times have I been like over here concentrating, minding my own fucking business, and here you come banging on my window?
Only once?
Twice. He's got me twice now. Twice. All right. Yeah, Flipper is, I turned him out. He leaves Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Next week, though. Not.
He leaves Monday, don't he?
Yeah. He leaves Monday of next week at like 10:30. Thank you. Jesus, I feel like I'm in high school again, throwing shit at each other.
Give me that. Give it here, Skeet.
Skeet's like, fuck yeah, let's tear it up. Look at her. She's like, okay, now give it back so I can shred it. You were such a child. All right, sweet people.
All right.
Do you want to ride today? Are you done feeding? Yep. She could exercise somebody. You want to exercise the pony for me?
Sure. No.
Yes.
You gotta exercise the ponies.
I have a barrel pony in there that I've ridden her. She's fantastic. When you bridle her, the only reason she's here is we just have to just tie her up in her stall, saddle her. You can use any of the double J's on the shelf. It does not matter which one. Just put a pattern. No, just keep her in the stall. Like, she doesn't want to drop her head and accept the bridle. Like, when you drop the halter, you can tell that she's learned that the moment you drop the halter, gone. So what I've been doing is bridling her in the stall so that when I drop the halter, and I'm going to hobble her. I ordered a pair of pony hobbles. I'm fixing to break this bitch of that. Because, I mean, somebody bought her, and she's like a $10,000 kid pony. She'll like spin around, slide stop. She's like Primavera. But the moment you drop the halter, she bolts. And like seriously bolts to get loose. It's not like she takes a step forward. Like, so just have her stall. So what I've been doing is dropping the halter with my hand over her nose. And she'll kind of try to root through your nose. Like just.
If you want to get the gator. Back up over there and get a hay bale?
They can't back the gator in there. It's too wet.
He got it cleared out. He can back. He can back.
Oh, this side of it.
Yeah.
I want to bring some sand, a little bit better sand, and kind of make.
Told him not to do that.
I. So we're just gonna let the potholes get deeper. We're just gonna. I mean, how else do you? I still have to level that so that I can bring. I'm gonna bring rock in from there to right here where you can back in there, and it's gonna be like a rock driveway. But I would rather level it up with like sand and then put the rock over that, right? Like, I mean, I don't think I'm.
That's what I would do.
That's what I want to do. I just want to level that.
Well, you take that up with Jacob.
I don't have to take it up with him. He doesn't own this place. He's a guest here. Just like you. All of you and him. You're guests here. Actually, I can't say a whole lot. I mean, he does pay a lot of the bills, but yeah.
Yeah, you better back it up. Because he's going to get that fucking whip.
Hey, that motherfucker might wear those pants, but this bitch picked them out, and I promise you, I am what unbuttons them at night.
Oh,
so let me just tell you.
When tells you to do something, you do it. Don't try to act tough. Don't try to act tough.
Oh, ask him. Last night, he was like, let's go to Dakota's, and I was like, let's have Juicy's hamburgers, and he was like, okay, okay, mama. So I made him have do you love Juicy's hamburgers?
I've never had it.
Are you fucking serious? Have you had Juicy's? It puts In-N-Out to shame. Like, I'm kind of like In-N-Out. I'm telling you that Juicy's hamburgers are so fucking good. I hate hamburger. And about a year ago, we went there, and it was like, that's it. I get the jalapeno cheddar bun with like a cheeseburger with jalapenos, and I'm telling you, it is so fucking good that I crave it. Like, I could go to Juicy's right now.
Wow. Yeah,
It's in Tyler.
we lived in Gladewater at first, and when we were down to Longview, Mom would always be like, look, the sign spins. So that's become like a it spins joke, but we've never eaten there.
Is it they have Juicy's tacos too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be it.
Okay, well, Juicy's tacos, I don't love. Like, I love street tacos. And so Juicy's taco to me is not it. But Juicy's hamburger, especially the one on Old Jackson Highway, you should take Lacey there. It is honestly the best hamburgers that you'll ever eat in your life. Is she feeling okay this morning?
She had a lot of seizures last night.
Yeah. And, like, her and I were such good friends when we were younger, so it just sucks. Yeah. So it just sucks, because, like, I'm rooting for her to, like, yeah. 18 months of medical school left. Is that right? Is that what she said? 18 months.
I didn't know her back then. I just met her like this year.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She really is. But, regardless, she's got to go back to medical school. Like, I'm like, 18 months is...
She said she wants to change professions to a marine biologist instead of a doctor. To live, so I don't know where she wants to go. That machine has to work, but it's not working.
Yeah, I'm glad they're going to adjust it. When does she have surgery? Next Wednesday. I've known her a long time. Like, I mean, since we were probably, I don't know. She actually was best friends. So his girlfriend was best friends with Jacob's first wife. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. People were very divided, like, when Jacob and I got together, because I think people feel like, but we kept Lacey. Jacob, I think we keep Lacey. She's fantastic. But his first wife, I mean, like, it's one of those things where even now, like, when people, I'm like, it's been 10 years. Like, she actually was a feed dealer, and, like, I called her when we were going to switch to alfalfa. So, like, it's kosher enough that, like, I've called his ex-wife and been like, hey, we're considering switching to this company, like, and you're the feed rep, like, can you? And she was like, sure. Like, it's, so when people still are like, oh, well, I thought that was their friend, and I'm like, it's, come on now, we're adults.
My mom and my dad's first wife are best friends. They go once a year.
Yeah, your dad's first wife is like a normal human to your mom. Like,
Yeah, they go,
it should be that way.
Like 3 weeks ago, they both flew out to Vegas and spent a weekend together. Just the two of them, just
I mean, I'm mature. I don't know if I'm that mature.
Yeah, we went down and stayed in their house.
Fumbled
for
my phone.
Graduation and everything.
I am so excited about the teeth floats. So just so you guys know, I don't know what day it's going to happen. It might be a cool day for you to be here. Edie from the dentistry place is going to come, and she's going to try to come once a month and do like 20 or 30 floats. Like she might have to split it into 2 days, but she wants to come and just float everything so that every horse that like comes from a sale barn that's not been well taken care of. And like, I think that's a tremendous, like, I respect her tremendously to be like, look, I'll do $50 floats, but like, let's do that way nothing leaves my property without their teeth done, so that there's not more and more issues created in their life.
That's awesome.
I called her about the black horse in the end stall. Miss Kathy came and worked on him and Two Crows, and she said, I cannot work on this horse until his teeth are done. We opened his mouth, and he has one tooth, like right here, that basically how their teeth are like this. Well, the bottom tooth is there, but he has one top tooth, like we'll say this one, and it started growing out, and now it's grown like this, and it is this long. And when you pull his mouth, there's a hole right here where that tooth, when he shuts his mouth,
Jams into it.
goes in and punctures. I've noticed a couple times when we feed dinner, there will be blood. There will be blood. Like, and I couldn't decide, like, from his nose, because it's clean. Like, it's not like you can see it, but there would be, like, blood. Even in the water bucket, like, he would drink and there would be blood. And I was like, okay, the vet told us that he probably had a head injury, which is what caused his optical nerve to have so much inflammation, which caused him to go blind. Well, now his eyesight is reinstating, and we've been giving him anti-inflammatories, and we've been giving him, like, you know, medication. Well, there would still be blood. So I thought maybe he had, like, really fucked something up in his head, and, like, this is internal bleeding, like, from... So we were planning on x-raying the skull to try to find the cause of the continuous bleeding. He fucking has a tooth that every time he shuts his mouth, it's going down. What we should do here in a little bit is catch him, and I'll have Tylin open his mouth, and so we can try to take a picture.
I was going to say, can I take a picture of that? Because one of my best friends, her older sister, and her are both floaters. So I think that'd be really cool to show her that.
Yeah, it's one tooth on the left side. It's like not the first tooth, but the second one on the left side. It's like this long.
Wow.
And you can tell it kind of comes out to the side too. So it's like this. And when he shuts his mouth, that tooth is just basically shredding his cheek and his gums.
Wow.
And now I feel bad because Tylin and I, once his eyesight kind of started coming back, we're like, oh, we're going to ride him. So we like saddled him, and he groundworked him, got on him, petted him, and that motherfucker exploded. I was like, okay, well, I'm so glad I've invested money in you only for you to try to fucking kill us. Like, no wonder you're here. He sold at a catalog sale and for really good money, and then is here. So yeah, here's the...
Hi, ladies. How you doing? I want to kill you. Oh, yeah. Take a number, honey.
Oh, wow. And he even got
Hi, ladies.
He did!
Oh, yeah. Take a number, honey.
Make sure y'all go to my TikTok and watch this.
How you doing?
I watched the one with the trailer yesterday. It popped up.
Can you honestly believe that happened?
Yeah, he stopped.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. I mean, I don't mean... I just honestly couldn't believe it. Just anything. She rides in anything. I've been riding her in a little junior working cow horse bit. Listen, she's the brokest pony. Like, I promise you, it happened because whoever owned her is probably bought that quality of pony for a lot of money, and they're completely novice. And the pony was like, I am a pony, and when you take the bridle off, I can bolt. And she is learned. And then when she gets loose, saddled, like, okay, you can turn her loose on this place anywhere and she'll come right to you, but saddled, she turns into a feral squirrel, and you like find her up the tree. She's like, you can't catch me now that I'm saddled. And I'm like, Jesus. And I'm sure she does it because little kids are so safe on her. They've probably rode the living fire ass piss out of her all over the world. And she's like, you're not riding me.
You can ride Effort too.
He would probably love her. But I'm not. I'll ride him a couple times before. I love him. And listen, I have ridden him 20 times. He tried to buck Tylin off. I don't know why. He didn't.
Doesn't like guys.
I don't know. I even showed him. I was like, here are videos of me.
Everything was fine. I was walking circles, and here comes Jacob.
Everything was fine. Jacob walks over and like puts his hand up on the fence, and I mean that motherfucker blew in half. And I was like, well, I didn't sell him because he was the only one safe enough for me to ride every day that I was like never afraid of. And I was like, oh, he'll never hurt me. Yeah, he tried to fuck Tylin's world up. So I'm currently unsure. I'm just going to keep him and keep patterning him on the barrels. He's a Frenchman's guy out of a special effort mare.
I thought that's what he was.
Yeah, he's a Frenchman's guy out of a special effort mare. His name is French Effort.
KC French Effort. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I told her yesterday,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not for sure if his name's KC French Effort. or
Yeah.
not.
French or Frenchman's Effort, yeah. Like it's yeah.
Is that your hoodie?
Okay, listen, Jess Jr. That was Jess. Jess will leave her hoodies and jackets everywhere. I'd be like, Jess, is this your jacket? They'd be like, Jess, is this your hoodie? Like, what? You're the same.
No, I had it on when I started.
And it
then
got
I
hot.
And just threw it in the back.
That's how she was, but she
We've only
would.
been out here since 6:30.
Hey, why have these two been here since 6:30 and you rolled out of the house at?
6:30.
I got here at 8.
But he was texting, trying to be here at 6:30. He was begging.
I was up.
You were up taking, he was like, I call and I'm like, hey, I'm on my way, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm getting out of the shower. And I'm like, this is why I thought I was getting a gay barrel racer. Instead, he's very straight with minor gay tendencies. Very, very feminine tendencies. I needed to take a shower.
Why? Because I take a shower in the morning?
I'm just saying, it
I
was
had 2 showers every day.
2 showers every day.
Yep.
Got to get all that hair clean. He's got hair like a bear.
Yeah, it's about to be gone.
Are you going to let us wax it? Please!
No. I got some Nair in there, though.
Ooh. Nair is Bernie.
It only burns if you get it on one place. That's it.
Nair's, no, like even my shins and stuff. Like I go to European wax and I am just like, take it all off. Armpits, vagina, ass crack, legs, toes. No hair.
Now, she's too young for you to be talking like that.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. She's only 16.
Let me tell you, at 16, I might not have been waxing everything, but I wouldn't walk around with hairy armpits at 16, I promise. At 16, I definitely was not. At this point, I'm probably worse at 35, turning 36, than I was at 16, because at this point, I've got a daddy, and he likes it even if I do have hair on my legs. But at 16, I had boys to impress, okay? So at 16, am I right?
Yeah.
At 16, we have boys to impress.
She's not worried about boys right now.
Bullshit! At 16, I promise you we're worried about boys.
I have a actually kind of serious boyfriend though, so I'm not.
Still, at 16, you're still worried about boys.
You're still making sure they're looking.
Yeah, that's right. And you're still making sure the boyfriend you have doesn't know that you grow hair from both armpits. Huh?
You're pitting.
Oh, I'm burning up. Like, I am burning up. I didn't have my AC on. Oh, watch when I ride, my lower back and both armpits, I look like a man. When you ride, I sweat like a man. Somebody said the other day, guys are gross. And I'm like, nothing is grosser than girls. Am I right? Girls are gross.
Girls are the...
Girls are so fucking gross. I'm telling you, we are.
Look, we used to own a tanning bed place, and a woman took a shit in the tanning bedroom.
So I have a good friend. One of my favorite people in the whole world is Kara Lansdale. And Kara Lansdale owns they used to have 3 at Hair when I was in high school, and now that we're older, they kind of split up and she has her own place. She had tanning beds. And one of the most, now not everybody knew who did it, but somebody kept peeing in the trash cans. Kept peeing and then finally took a dump in the trash
Are
cans.
you still in live?
Listen, it ended up being, listen. It ended up being a girl that I went to high school with that was like the most beautiful girl in the entire world. They finally like started checking the trash cans after every single person. You know what I'm saying? Because before they would just do them at the end of the day. Well, they started and they finally caught her and they knew exactly who did it.
That's nasty.
And Kara told my mom, who of course told me. And it was like literally, she drove like a Hummer. Like we were in high school and she like drove a Hummer and she was like beautiful. Like the most beautiful girl you've ever seen in your life. Her name was Paige. Genuinely the most beautiful girl ever. And she was pissing and shitting in the trash cans.
Wow.
Like who, like. And then so I guess Kara told my mom that she said that she had like the extra hot lotion and that it would get so hot that like her stomach would hurt. And that's why she did it.
They're not bathrooms like in the building.
I think they don't want to stop the bed mid-tan to run to the bathroom. So they just like jump out, do it, and jump back in. But I am telling you, between all of us, like I was shocked. I would have thought it would have been like a meth addict or, you know, like somebody that... No, it was like the most beautiful girl I went to high school with.
My fucking foot hurts.
That's what you get for falling off.
I don't know how it happened.
I still have a knot on the back of my head from the mule ringing my bell. Tyler and I have been fucked up in the last week or two. We have had some accidents. All right, you guys. I'm fixing to end this video and go live with the supporter-only video of my barns. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do supporter-only video of the barn. You guys are going to go take care of Herc, right? Clean his stall. You can probably get him out, Tylin, and just tie him like to the stalks or the front of that stall. I just don't want him everywhere until that all clears up. Fill his hay bag. And honestly...
You don't have a hay bag.
Oh, yeah. I thought we went and got the one out of the stall that he was in. No. Okay. All right. Well, the pony is in the biggest stall in the barn. She's in the triple stall. She's in there living her best life. All right.
He said that your lawnmower was messed up.
It is. Are you mechanically inclined?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you please fix the lawnmower?
Did you have
It's the solenoid.
What's wrong? Oh, just the solenoid?
The man that came out before. I'm not that smart. Like, you're speaking over my pay grade. So you're my boss, and I have no idea. There was an older man that worked here, and he went out there, and he got on it, and somehow he, like, took a screwdriver and... Yeah. And it just... And drove off, but...
Sometimes underneath where you sit at, the brake, there's a button. It's stuck.
I don't think that was it. But if you want to go back there and do that right now, I would love that because we have tons of mowing to do. I would love that. Please, like...
What do you want me to do with her?
Just tie her up in her stall. There's a tie-up post. Oh, we'll just trail course, take her out in the arena, walk, trot, jog. Yeah, very simple. Yes, it's kind of, we just need to work on the bridling because I'm going to buy hobbles and just break her of it. And that way, I'll probably wait 30 or 45 days to sell her until we have her completely broke. And I'll probably sell her with the hobbles and just, what normally happens is once you hobble them and they try to take off and they can't, they never do it again. But I'm still going to send the hobbles with her. So in case like in a month she decides to try, they can just hobble her, bridle, take the hobbles off. And because she's the safest kid pony in the entire world. That's her only problem. And we might be able to float her teeth and hobble her and it just go away. I think that she's just smart and kids have rode her for like 17 hours. And she's like, no, I don't want this because you're going to ride me from sunup to sundown. She's that broke. Wait till you get on her. She cuts cows. She drags calves to the fire. She came off of a outfit in Wyoming that little boys were like, and they sold her in a catalog sale, and she brought 10,700. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The pony. And then Jacob bought her out of the catalog at Billings.
It's a pony. I wouldn't have gave that much for it.
Yeah, but you don't have that kind of money. I'm telling you, people that have a lot of money want the safest thing for their kids, and they don't care what it costs.
Just say I don't have that kind of
Yeah, because the people that we got her from had millions. I don't have that kind of money.
No, I wouldn't give $5 for a pony.
I love ponies.
Because it's not that far for you to hit the ground.
No, I just like ponies. I like all ponies. I'm telling you, people spend crazy money. Sinner and Saint were sold to a person that's retiring them. They just thought that they gave $17,200 after tax and commission and everything to literally retire them and never use them. They just want to pet them and give them cookies. They are living a retirement life. A multi-billionaire from California that bought them lives now like in Montana and is retired, and he bought those 2 horses to literally put outside. They live in a barn that looks like it came out of Better Homes and Garden, and like they'll never do anything with them but feed them cookies and just tell them they're beautiful. Said he loved their names. That's what originally attracted him. And then once he got there and saw them in person, like they could have brought 50,000 and he was buying them.
That's crazy.
They sent me a gift basket to my house that arrived yesterday, or last night when I got there. And this gift basket that thanked me for those horses was as big as this car. And it was like Godiva chocolate and like Prosecco. I mean, it was probably a $1,200 gift basket of stuff.
That's crazy.
I will be getting super fire ass drunk on like Prosecco and Kendall Jackson, and it had 2 of these tequila bottles that were
You
like,
don't even drink.
I know, it has 2 tequila bottles in it that are like this big. One's blue and one's white.
You don't even anything to drink.
Yeah, your fucking Coke is right here. I don't drink Coke. Whose Coke do you think that is? I'm not the Coke head. You are. But McDonald's Coke does hit different. Stop. McDonald's right off a stripper's back. I'm sure we can figure out what strip club Lucy works in.
I'm good.
You're way cuter than Brandon.
I'm good.
Listen, I am so serious though. Like, it just never fails to amaze me the amount of money that's out there. Never fails to amaze me.
Oh, me. You are trying to kill me.
I am. I've insured you. Here, look. That's a Whittle Tiny Nug. Are they not twins?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Ah, fuck.
Jacob looks like he's 18 in this picture, and he was literally like 35. Look at him.
He don't look very old, that's for sure.
He literally looks like... Look, this is Jacob. He looks like a child, you guys. Jacob looks like a baby. No, he aged gracefully, that's for sure.
He's got to have some black in him because black don't crack and he's not cracking.
It probably does have some black in him. Black does not crack, and he is not cracking. I'm telling you, I think it's the facial hair. I just think he grows that big, manly, and he just can't. But, if you want to buy a hat, we still have some hats available. I think we've sold all but 2. So, I think we have leopard. No, we have 3. We have leopard, zebra, and 1 sunflower left. We have these 3 left, I think. And I need to go back and check and make sure that's right. But if you guys purchase a hat and you want a certain design that's already sold out, I can have them to you in no time at all. It's $50. So basically, if you buy a hat, it can cover a teeth float. We're just gathering everything to cover the teeth floats so that I can have everything done. Also, if you just want to donate money and pay for teeth floats, they're $50 a piece. I had a lady this morning that sent me a message and she wanted to pay for 4. So she sent $200 to pay for 4 floats. So if you guys will just pay for floats, we can get everything done. That's kill horses, thoroughbreds, everything. And I think it's a great idea to have them leave here with their teeth floated. And if we all just pitch in every month, I know that if you end up buying a horse and their teeth have been floated and it's worth the $50, just donate $50 back. Like, you know, yours have been done, so it's not going to be your expense. Just send $50 to Cash App so that a horse out of the next load can be done on your dime. I think it's a great way to pay it forward.
You happen to have any tools? Like, I need a half inch, but I need 2 of them.
You got any?
Yeah, there's a little pink tool bag.
You already got that.
No wrenches.
I probably don't, but if you need it, we can just go get it. I mean,
Well, he's gonna need some tools.
I need to have
Draco got any tools?
mm-mm.
Smart man. If you ain't got no tools, you ain't gotta use them.
No, my husband is like not going to. He will tell you to your face that his time is valuable and that somebody else's time is valuable. So let's pay that person for their value and let them do it correctly versus fucking it up, trying to do something we know nothing about. So it's not like a degrade. Like my husband is like, I value people that know this shit. Like pay them for their time because it's not me, sis.
So then you can take the starter off and then take it apart, and then the metal things inside the starter are like magnets. If that thing is not aligned right,
I love
go up.
how genuinely intelligent you are. Yeah,
I learned a lot of things watching people.
that's okay. Yeah, but you know what? I could watch those same people for 50 years and it would never register to me. No, that's just not how my brain's wired. Like, you should be proud of yourself. You're incredibly intelligent because I'm telling you, you could take a million things and it would just look like a big fucking broken mess to me. I just have to throw it away and start over with a new one that somebody else assembled. So, my husband has a cousin who's his little boy can watch you take it apart and put it together exactly like you took it apart. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a motor, a transmission. Like, you tear it down. Yeah, you tear it down and walk off, he can put it back together. It doesn't matter what it is. Wiring, I've never seen anybody be able to wire stuff. I mean, and just, I'm telling you, I'd burn this whole fucking property down. Like, it would just be a fucking fire waiting to happen. No, I would not even, it would be a fire instantly because I would, like, forget to go turn the breaker box off and, like, kill myself, burn the barn down. I would be like, you know, like, you'll see every once in a while, like, a rat or something that's, like, electrocuted itself. I would just be up there fried. No, I love that. So we just need, when we go to get the ball for this, we'll make sure that we get, they didn't have one. It was not, it needs the adapter, and theirs was bigger. Like, it wasn't going to fit in that. I think that's a 2-inch or 4-inch. I don't remember what they said. Yeah. Yeah, it was a 4-inch and it needs a 2-inch. Thank you. He's right. For the first time in my life, I actually said, damn, I wish it was smaller.
Oh my god. She's very, very perverted. He said that's fine.
All right, you guys, we'll be back in the barn with a supporter only video. So if you have not joined the Wild Tribe After Hours, do so now. Bye, you guys.